As the Federation swelters in the daily high temperatures, a senior health official is warning persons about the health risks associated with the ongoing heat wave. Jason Davis tells us more.
For the past few months, St. Kitts and Nevis has been experiencing extremely high temperatures. Daily highs have regularly passed 90 degrees Fahrenheit, and health officials are warning that these high temperatures can be dangerous to a person's health. In an interview with ZIZ News, Medical Chief of Staff at the JNF General Hospital, Dr. Davian Wilkin, said due to the extremely high temperatures, one should try to limit the amount of time spent outdoors.
So between 9 to 3 is when it's hottest for one, and secondly, it's also when you have higher UV radiation, which is very damaging to the skin. All right, you don't see it, you don't necessarily feel it, but you do suffer the effects of it. So if you do not have to be outside, don't be outside.
She urged everyone to be very careful when operating in this heat, as prolonged exposure could lead to heat exhaustion, heat cramps, and possible heat stroke.
With heat exhaustion, the most common symptom would just be that you start to feel very, very tired, you become thirsty. If you don't treat that, then we move a little further and we go into heat cramps. With the heat cramps now, you actually start getting pain in your legs, you might start getting pain in your arms, and most importantly, you can start suffering from abdominal pain. And then we go further to heat stroke now, where the person then begins now to feel faint, they become nauseous, they become dizzy, and they can even collapse.
She said certain specific sectors of the population should be especially careful.
Our older population and our very young population tend to be at greater risk. In the case of the younger population, one of the reasons is simply because they are unable to express how they feel in terms of their overheating, for example. All right, with our older population, because as we get older, our metabolism changes, our body doesn't regulate as well. So then adjusting to very high temperatures as we get older becomes much, much more difficult.
Dr. Wilkins said the most important thing for everyone to remember during these hot days is to stay hydrated. And while water is recommended, there are other effective alternatives.
In the case of this extreme heat wave that we're having, hydration means preferably drinking solutions or liquids that don't have high contents of sugar. So we're talking water. Water will always be your number one go-to. Coconut water, because of the fact that it contains electrolytes. And of course, you can do Gatorade.
For the past week, the St. Kitts Meteorological Services has recorded that on average, the daily maximum temperature is about 94 degrees Fahrenheit. The office says these lofty temperatures are expected to continue until October. Jason Davis for ZIZ News.